So here I am in American Canyon, Shenandoah Park, and a little bit of history here. This wasn't called American Canyon until, historically anyway, fairly recently. The reason was it was called Napa Junction, and that goes back to the time when the railroads came through here, and that's why they called it Napa Junction. And American Canyon didn't become actually a city until 1992. Why? Stick around and learn a little something about American Canyon. Hello again, folks. Lee W. Miller here, local realtor servicing the Napa Valley and the Sonoma Valley, and this is the end of the 5-part series of the different cities in Napa County. American Canyon didn't become actually a city until 1992 because it didn't have a zip code. I mean, it was American Canyon, but it was part in Napa County, part in Solano County, shared a zip code with Vallejo, and you'll learn a little bit more about that. I have an interview with the county supervisor that represents this district, Belia Ramos, and some pretty interesting stuff that she shares about that.
So American Canyon, its zip code is really quite infamous. Its zip code is 94503. And a lot of people don't remember, but there was a moment in time when American Canyon did not have its own zip code. It shared one with Vallejo. In the day, I used to work for Congressman Thompson as a staffer, and Clinton wanted to speak to the congressman, and he called over. It was the White House, and you put the congressman on the line for the president, and the congressman took the call, and president's offer was, what can I do to help you out? And the congressman said, there's a city in my district that needs a zip code. And the next call was to the U.S. Postmaster General to hand out a number, and that number was 94503. But that wasn't it. You can't give a zip code without a post office. So American Canyon had a number in waiting, but they had no post office. As a community, I remember I must have been like 8 months pregnant, and there I was painting a bollard in front of the post office because it needed a facelift, and no one really wanted to own that was legitimately a post office. So I baked some zucchini bread and we got a painting party together, and I have pictures of community members. There I am out with the mayor painting our post office to try and give it a little bit of a facelift.
What year was that?
That was 2011. We had very humble beginnings of our post office and a zip code, which was really just a technicality. It quite didn't match up with what you see is American Canyon, but now proudly it does.
Some of the other history about American Canyon is that it was very popular after World War II when Mare Island was open. American Canyon, along with the city of Vallejo, was very important for all of the workers around World War II time that were working at Mare Island, which was a shipbuilding facility. The population of American Canyon is about 19,500. That's in the 2010 census. That is comprised of about 5,600 households. 81% of those are families, so it's a very family-oriented community. There's 3 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 2 public high schools, and 2 private schools. One of the things that American Canyon is famous for, or sadly infamous for, depending on how you look at it, if you're a baseball fan, you may recall the name Bill Buckner. That great baseball player who made a critical error in the World Series while playing for the Boston Red Sox was still a great baseball player, and he should not be remembered for that one play. He should be remembered for growing up in American Canyon and having a long, very productive career in Major League Baseball. Although American Canyon cannot boast about their nightlife, remember we said it was mostly families, it is fun and has a lot to do for daytime activities. We mentioned the plethora of parks, tons of parks, and the hiking trails and all of those types of things to do. There's a paintball facility, and there's some equestrian facilities around as well. Whether it's about the communities, the history, the people, the weather, all the things that are associated with why you might want to choose to live in this beautiful area, and then once you make that decision, where within Napa County might you prefer. That's what these videos are all about, and I appreciate you listening, and hopefully you have some takeaway from it. If the videos ever a question for you and you would like to reach out to me, my information's always readily available in these videos, and I welcome that opportunity to share additional one-on-one with you. That all the places that I talked about, there will be links in this video so that you can check those out in greater detail. Also, if you want to see the entire interview with Belia Ramos, right here is the link. And if you would like to see the entire series of all the videos that I've done on the community within Napa County, right here is that link.